Hello and welcome to the Seed Group Podcast. I'm Carla.
And no.
Okay, that was actually pretty good. I was holding my breath on that one. For a change.
And I'm Albert.
Okay, thank you.
If you need any of our musical services, please call 708-351-0333.
And you didn't introduce yourself.
What was that? Albert? Me?
You.
I did.
No, you
You
didn't.
were talking. It's okay, people.
Okay,
She was
see,
talking.
it just
It's okay. Y'all
went.
heard
See,
it.
it just went
They
over my
got
head because
They
see,
got
my head wasn't in the game. My
We
head is
didn't have
back.
a special guest tonight. We'll get to him in a minute.
Yes, my
What'd
head
you
is
say?
back in the game. My head is back in the game. So we would be goodbye. So we would be remiss if we did not introduce our amazing, wonderful, phenomenal, stupendous producer, Marcus.
Yay.
Hello, Marcus. Yay!
Did you just call him stupid?
Stupendous.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Okay. Talking about me not hearing stuff. Okay.
we're trying to be serious here, Carla.
That was him. That wasn't me.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't want to call him stupid?
I
That's
said
okay.
stupendous.
That's okay.
Well,
Anyway,
you heard me. You heard me
besides-
say stupendous.
He can't say nothing yet. I haven't introduced him.
See, he's a gentleman. He won't,
Thank you.
You are so,
Anyway, tonight we have a special guest, thanks to Tara Cooks,
yes.
Mr. Darrick Eubanks.
Yay!
You have to tell us everything you can. A lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah, well, first tell us your story, and then
Right.
we'll get to where you are now and things that you're doing.
The entire.
Well, whatever,
Well, my name is Darrick Eubanks, of course. Come from a large family, Westside of Chicago, 16 plus 1 children, same mother and father. Live a pretty distorted life as a child. Everything that you can think of that could happen to a child, I've seen it or was a part of it. Left home at 14, I ran away. Decided it was safer to stay in abandoned buildings than to go back home where it was trouble. And stayed in the streets for 4 years, me and my brother. Me and my older brother was a year and a half older than me. We both left home and we stayed outside and shared whatever we could. And this was 89. 91, he was killed.
Oh,
So it left me alone. I got a job, got a place. Actually, I just got a job right 2 weeks before he got killed. The plan was to make some money, get an apartment, get to the thrift store, get us some clothes. And that Friday I was getting paid, that Wednesday he got killed. And it was horrible for me. And I got a place and I moved from the west side, I moved up north, which was probably one of the best things I ever done because it gave me opportunity to see different life.
yes.
It was pretty diverse, and the neighborhood was different. Different type of people. I guess y'all don't want to call them upgraded, but you live around people that have things to lose. They live different, so
True.
that was the situation. So it gave me a different train of thought, and me knowing that I had left home and the horror that was still there because I was the seventh child of the 17. So I was the youngest of the oldest and then the oldest of the youngest. And so I decided that I was, pick up parentship and try to then hand it to my siblings that were still at home. My dad, he had leaned off of drugs, but he was still doing the same acts, even though the drugs was gone. And so I took it upon myself to work extra jobs and hustle and to make sure that my siblings had the things they need so they can go to school and not have to try to be out stealing or selling drugs and things of that nature. And when I got them straightened out to a degree where I was comfortable with where they are and what they had, got what they needed, I went to the neighborhood where I grew up at and I picked children to start mentoring, which was what probably started in 93, I believe it was. And from there, mentoring started, and it's been almost 30 years now.
Wow.
I still keep up with these kids.
Good.
Oh, good.
How are they doing?
I had 2 that passed on me, which killed my spirit, but not killed my spirit, but it hurt it.
Like, gotcha.
But for the most part, very well.
Wonderful.
Good.
Very well. I've sent some kids to college. I got to school.
Oh,
I've
wonderful.
gotten them out of jail. I kept them from going to jail.
There you go.
But it takes, and my reason for telling the story is because I hear people say, especially now with our children that are out here now, that our children are lost because they don't care or they don't fear anything.
Mhm.
And I try to explain to people that they're not lost. They're not that they don't care. They don't have a direction.
There you go. Yes.
They're not supposed to be in fear.
Mm-hmm.
We were taught to be in fear by
True.
another story.
Right.
But they don't have fear, which is what they're supposed to be like, the kings.
Mm-hmm.
But because there's no guidance, they're out here, doing what they're doing, on the streets or whatever. But of all the years I've mentored, and I've dealt with Gateway Foundation, Haymarket, Chicago Public Schools, and I've never had a problem with any child
Mm-hmm.
being disrespectful, cursing me out, you're not my dad,
Mm-hmm.
none of those things, because I put my foot forth and I stood there.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into more problems with the parents.
Yes.
Biggest. I believe it.
Had more problems with the parents. So, but to say the mentoring did a very. People used to come to me and they say, I went to Springfield, the Capitol building, Springfield,
Okay.
where they have meetings at, and I was sitting there with all these big, major companies,
Okay.
and they were like, it bothered me. It bothered my spirit. I was so broken because I'm sitting there and it's just me. I just started this company, and I wasn't even looking for money. I was just looking for how can I be more of a system? How can I be more assertive? How many more children need help, and how can I do it? How fast can I get to them?
Right.
And
I
They're
found
silly.
that. What's the name of the company?
That,
Men of Valor Mentoring Inc.
Oh,
Men of Valor
okay.
Mentoring Inc.
I know you probably
Yes.
mentioned
Men of
that.
Valor.
And
I'm
Seedlings,
sorry.
you
Okay.
have probably heard of Men of Valor Mentoring Inc.
Been around for a long time.
Yep.
Oh,
So I was there, and I hearing people saying, all I heard was money.
Right.
This amount of money will be allotted to this, and this amount of money will be allotted to that. And if they get on drugs, then we can get money to help them here. And if they go to jail, we can get them, we can help them here. And so I raised my hand, like everybody want to speak, I raised my hand. And I went up to the stage and I spoke, and I just asked, I said, I don't understand. I don't know if I'm at a cattle station
Mm-hmm.
or if human. Because everything I heard is money.
money.
I've
That's
heard
all
it.
you hear.
Anyone speak of preventive maintenance
No.
in this crowd? This whole crowd is a crowd of 200 people.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard not one person say, how can we help someone before
Thank
they end up with the border, before they end up in jail, before they end up in
Yeah.
hospital, before they end up on drugs, before they end up with the gun? Where do where's these people at? And it's very insulting as a mentor to hear these people just talking about, and then when it's put on out in the public, it's put out there as though we're really trying to help.
Exactly.
And
Because,
it's not. It's just totally not.
Well, they're reactive. They're not proactive. They're
Right.
reactive.
That's right.
And when you're reactive, what happens is, as I like to say, the horse is now out of the barn.
The action is there already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already
Yeah,
there.
definitely,
The action is there, and if you're proactive, you stop that action from happening. Yeah, so I understand that.
I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was like, they still, and I keep reiterating about these, saying these kids don't listen. We're not talking. There was kids back in my age that would listen. There was kids
Thank
before
you.
me that would listen,
Yeah.
but that's not
Thank
the
Yeah.
all. That's not the all. And so I've had children call me in the middle of the night. Mr. D, everybody called me Mr. D.
Mr. D.
Mr. D. Mr. D, man, I got to this dude and I offered to shoot him, man, but I knew you was gonna get on my butt if I got in trouble. So, man, what should I do?
I love it.
That's good. Respect.
I would get out my bed,
Mhm.
2:00 in the morning, and drive to the city and go get this kid and take his gun out of his hand and take him home.
See?
And people say, "Oh, why you do all? That's too much." How? He lives another day.
Right.
He
Exactly.
lived another day. He's not dead. He's not in jail.
Thank you.
He went back to school.
Yeah, and you sowed a seed that will continue, hopefully, to go on and on. What was the old commercial? You tell two people whatever. So this is, you sow a seed into that person's life, and it goes on and on.
Makes a difference.
It does.
Definitely makes a difference.
It definitely makes a difference. And people want to be cared. You know, children. I told Norman about this story where it was an orphanage in Romania. And the people that came to visit the orphanage, they saw it was babies, and they were so shocked they didn't hear crying. And they said, how can you go into a nursery and not hear crying? And they said, because they know nobody is coming for them, nobody's going to pick them up. And that really got me. Children want to know that somebody cares for them, somebody is looking out for them. And people would be amazed, and you know better than I. And I am actually a teacher, but you know probably even more so than I, how that changes a child's life.
I went to, I used to go to Gateway. I never Gateway Foundation for a while. And I had another agency, I won't say their name, but they came to me and they was like, hey, we hear what you're doing, we heard about you, we're proud of you, we want to pay you this, that, and much to mentor some children for us. 4 hours for $30 a person. This was 20 years ago. $30 a person for 4 hours a month for every 2 weekends, every other weekend for 2 hours. So I say, that don't count up to me. That don't add up to me. I say, how about you pay me for 4 and I'll donate 4. And this will allow me to at least get a relationship with this young man.
Yeah.
So I can see him at least every weekend. Well, sir, that's a paper trail, and you got to do this, you got to do that. And I say, wait, are you talking about the child life or the money?
Or the money.
Well, so you know, everything is about. So the 20-something years, I got to see how many years I spent because it's been a minute. Legally, I started in 2003, but I have been doing it for like 15 years before. I have funded everything I have done with these children.
Wow.
Every single, I've never got a grant. I've never even went to get a grant. I've never got a penny from a parent. Never even went out to even try to sell products to even make money. I had a company, a home running company. I would teach the kids how to work. I would do my jobs, and whatever money I had left for me to take care of my home, I go out and I find this kid. He needs a coat. He needs shoes. He needs a book, and that's what I did for years.
Well, I got a good one for you.
Yes,
I noticed the T-shirt you're wearing. What's
Yes.
this about?
It's called Fears to Sales. This is from the book that I'll be signing, publishing. That'll be having a book signing February 4th.
Okay.
Actually, this is the information here, but I'll put it out.
And we're gonna post it.
Yes,
You can tell us more about it, but we're gonna just let you know because the glare might hit this, so we want you to definitely see what he's talking about. So continue.
When you do the book signing, you're going to actually have books there to sell or T-shirts to sell?
Sure. Everything. All the
Oh, cool.
All the above. All the above. It'll be February 4th at the South Shore Culture Center. It's going to be 5 to 9. There are tickets you go and get on Eventbrite. I'm saying it right.
Eventbrite.
Yes. Scanable, which is my art name. You hear Scanable, you won't hear Darrick. So look for Scanable. No, you won't hear Mr. Unless you want some of the kids right up there. They say my name, but yeah. Yes. So all about the same thing we're talking about now. A lot of it, and what happened was it's crazy because this mentored me.
Okay.
My art mentored me. As a child, we were taught to hush. So everything that went on, who knows what went on, we were taught to hush. And a friend gets on me now. She's like, "Yo, it's mama." And I say, "It's a child habit. I gotta get past it." But we were taught to hush, so you have a voice. So when I was young, I used to draw what bothered me.
Okay.
And then I got older. Teachers came to the house, wanted me to go to art exhibits, wanted me to go to, I think Walt Disney went to school back then for art in Chicago. And I wasn't allowed to go because we didn't have the money. And so I lost.
Too bad they didn't have a scholarship.
And I set it down. But that wasn't the reason why I couldn't go. They just want to go. My parents didn't want to go.
Oh,
I got you.
So I set it down. And years ago, I was frustrated by quite a few things, and I picked up the pencil, just diddling. My kids were like, "Dad, why are you trying to go?" And I was diddling around and started drawing. And I was like,
nice.
Here's my voice again.
There you go.
And so here comes the book.
And this piece is now. Did you do the piece on your shirt in this piase that's in the flyer?
I drew this. Everything's hand drawn. I drew. This is my son.
Nice.
I like this too. That is really nice.
So this is called Fields to Sales. The book is called Fields to Sales. So it's cotton field. You see 2 slaves, and you see 13, which is Amendment 13, if you're in prison or slave. Then you have full-grown tree, and you have Africa behind bars, which is the sale to fields, cotton field to sale, prison sale. Yeah, so and it's about census and money,
Yeah, about.
supply and demand. Yeah.
And it all comes back down to that
Full
money thing, full circle. And it's true when people are putting money into something that you have a vision and a passion for, unless they share that vision, their passion, or they're like, we're giving this to you and you do what you do. If they don't do that, they want control. They want to tell you how you do this, what you do. And you lose that autonomy that you want.
True. Which is why I never want to get a group like, oh, you should do 501c3, you should get grants, you should get grants. I say, wow, this kid is suffering. I'm supposed to wait for $1?
Thank you.
That's right.
If I have $10 and this coat costs $5, why wait till I get a paper sign and get a grant that make go through the bank and get checked at the window everybody?
Yeah.
And I can just go take this $5 and get this kid a coat.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my thought process, because that would happen when I was a kid. The older people that was in the neighborhood, which is where I learned how carpentry from. They knew what was going on, but they wouldn't get in my family's business. So their way of helping was, hey, go to the store, get this pack of cigarettes that was $1.80 with $5. Keep the change.
Keep the change. Okay.
So that was their way of helping me without putting it out there that they were really helping. Yeah. So in those moments helped, because now I didn't have to go, oh, I need some change. I need to. I see something in that car right there. Let me break the window and get some quarters. I didn't have to do that because I had these elders, So I turned to the elder.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it was a turnaround, but it was saved my life.
That was it. But, that's a truly each one reach one moment.
Yeah. And that's my favorite phrase for the kids.
I just want to mention something right quick. We do have guests in the studio for a change. The young lady's name, she's doing photography work for you. What's her full name?
She's like, no, don't do it, don't say it.
Don't do it.
I'm invisible. I'm into the wall. Don't do it. I don't exist.
But we also have Tara Cooks in the audience also. She's here as a guest. Just want to say hello, acknowledge our guests that we actually have, because we normally do not have.
Yeah, this is a rarity.
She says hi.
Yeah. Hi.
No, she says hi, that's it.
And
We have a question.
you have a question?
And our producer
right
Marcus has a
Hot
question.
dog.
Sure.
So I'm a fellow Westsider too. So
Okay.
anytime I see a
Okay.
Westsider,
Okay.
There you go.
and especially doing good things,
Mhm.
they sleep on the West Side. But anyway,
Might
but
be a good thing.
Yeah.
I have kind of two questions. The first question is, do you have any mentors for you? Because it has to be pressing going through this emotionally, taking guns from people, always putting yourself second and helping people.
Yeah.
Do you have mentorship or something, or somebody to talk to for you when you're going through stuff?
you.
And could you explain how important that is? If you do, if you do have it, someone to talk to, because there's a lot of people that help people
Yeah.
that have nobody to talk to when they come home. It's just them going through it,
Right.
and so what you're doing is God's work.
Yeah.
So just if you have any mentorship, just explain that.
It's funny you say God's work, because I've been offered. It's been brought to me to pastor like 4 different churches, and I turned it all down.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh, why? You know the church, and you know the family's right doing the work." And I say, "That's the point." So if I'm already doing the work, why do I need to go behind the pulpit? Why do I need to go inside 4 walls? Why do I need to sit in the chair with a nice suit on and collect offerings? I'm doing work.
Great attitude.
I don't need no face front. I don't need no big name. I don't need nobody looking at me like no special. I don't need a podium. Just got there in the bushes. You say go in the bushes.
Yeah.
I'm in the bushes.
Right.
So why do I leave the bushes to come inside the building?
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
as far as a mentor is concerned, my godfather.
wonderful.
Call him Pops, Razzie Watson Sr. I met him when I was 16.
Okay.
His wife moved in the neighborhood, Yolanda, and he had 2 children, Razzie Jr. and 14. And we talked, and just he lived next door to my grandfather. I wind up his father and my grandfather knew each other.
Small world.
Yeah, small world, small circle. They all came from the South too. But we talked, and he just embraced me. And I actually just died 2 years ago. Still doing that. But he was always in my ear. Always. I was telling her the other day, my friend, I was like, when I go to his house, I had to make sure I didn't have anything to do. Because when I go there, he gets on my back for 2 or 3 hours straight.
Okay.
But a good message.
Good.
Good message always to take time for yourself. Go home
Yes.
and get some rest. But all the time, and there's, you got some sleep today? Yeah, I'm going home right now. He'll call me an hour after I leave. In the bed. Pops, I had to stop up.
Yeah.
And then the next day it's the same thing. The next day it's the same thing. But he's a person that I was able to go to about anything. Anything. He was never judgmental. He would get on my butt. But he embraced me, which is something that was foreign to me. Because I left home, I never even heard, I love you, I care about you as a son to my parents ever in life. First time you hearing I love you was from him.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Never heard it from my parents. So that was, and when I used to say, he used to get mad at me when I used to say, you're my dad. You're the dad I know. He'd be like, no, your dad ain't right. I'm like,
That.
okay, I know that's the seed I came from. But,
Thank
you
you.
know,
I got you.
Yeah.
person who embraced me, but one of his main quotes to me was, your family is the people who treat you like it, not the people who carry your last name.
Right.
That's true.
That was his main quote
Yeah.
to me. So, and I'm like, how you gonna tell me that? You gonna tell me you upset with me because I'm saying? But to answer your question, my godfather, he was he was an amazing guy.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
That
guy,
is
man.
beautiful.
Took a lot of time with me. He was the person that if I had a problem, I could call him on anywhere. Middle of the night, and he would get in his car and drive where I was to my house. Hey, you okay?
That's
What you need? Yeah, we were like that too. So.
That's useful. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. As you support other people, you need that support.
I think that's the reason that your program is doing so much better than all the other ones out there. Because anybody can shovel money down somebody's direction. That doesn't mean that I care about you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I want to make sure that you grow up to be a full, contributing to society type of person. It just means that I got extra cash
Yeah.
to throw your
Right.
way.
That's the difference.
But when you spend time with somebody, when you take, and I think the kids these days don't have people out there. You know, they're not out there saying, "Let me show you that I care." You know, little bitty things. They want somebody, you know, to smile with them, you know, talk to them, just have fun with them.
Yeah.
Things that don't really don't cost you any money.
They're looking for a voice.
Yeah,
They're looking-
and
they're
that
looking
makes
for
a
a voice.
difference between me becoming a thug because nobody cares about me, to have that I know I've got you that cares about me, and so I'm going to do what I can to make you proud of me.
That makes
There's
a
a
difference.
difference. Very big
Yes,
difference.
yes.
And it's
Very big difference.
so inexpensive
Yes, it is.
to care
Yes,
about
it is.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You know, and that's why I think, you know, a lot of people out there who are not enjoying the type of success that you are, they're wondering, well, how come you getting close to them and I can't
Without
do it?
funding.
Yeah,
Without
funding.
funding.
That was
Well, without major funding.
Major
No funding.
No
I
funding.
No
fund-
funding.
I funded
Okay.
from my work.
So
Yeah,
your
my
funding
work.
is
Yeah, it was
also-
Yeah.
it was checks that I cashed.
Yeah.
Do we have a question?
Actually, I would like to make a statement.
Oh, make the statement.
Oh,
Let me hear you
come
make
on,
the
come
statement.
on, come on.
I just want to acknowledge that not only has Darrick Skinabu,
Thank
I
you,
mess
thank
with
you,
call it
thank you.
Skinaboo.
Yes, you always do.
Here we go, another tech.
But no, this is actually a good acknowledgement. Not
Okay.
only has he been working with the kids for a long time and been out there because of what he's been through, but when I started my organization recently, P&M Artistic Innovations, something came up with the veterans. We were doing something out of the veterans recently, and I mentioned it, and he reached into his pocket and donated right then and there to make sure that I was able to make things happen for the veterans. So
There you go.
I just want to say, he doesn't just care about the youth, he cares about anybody that comes to him.
There you go.
And I, for one, Poetic that was the old name.
Now
Artistic
the new name.
Innovations. Appreciate you, so thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Yes.
You are welcome, so welcome. I was funny. What you're talking about today, I was standing with her sister, India Cooks, on 81st and Ashland, which is you guys know that area, it's a very bad area. And we were standing there coming out of cleaners, and we were talking. And the guy came around the corner, and I seen him. You come from the streets, you watch certain things.
Yeah, you
I watched him stuff the gun in his pants.
Mm,
So
okay.
she didn't see it. So I'm talking to her, and I'm going in a circle, got it from my godfather's Marine. And I'm moving my feet in a circle of motion to where I can always see him.
Okay.
And make sure I'm in front of her at the same time.
Yeah.
He walked past, and when he got a few feet away, he turns around and he says, "Hey, what's your problem? You're staring me up and down. What's your problem? You want a problem with me? What's So I know you got a gun. I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna say it all the way back here. I ain't really close enough to you to wrestle with you. So I was like, well, what's your problem? What's wrong with you? Well, you staring me up and down, and so I played the mind game with him. I was like, how did you know I was staring at you?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I see you. I said, so you mad at me because I was staring at you because you was staring at me while we staring at each other and you upset? I ain't upset.
That's funny.
But
That's
while
true.
I'm talking to him, I'm walking towards him.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm in his face.
Okay.
So I talked to him. Now I can talk to you because you put the gun in the back and I'm fast.
Yeah.
So I say, what is wrong? Just like that. I said, what's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
He said, what you mean what's wrong? I said, you angry and you just met me, so it can't be me.
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong? I said, you're not too smart. He said, what do you mean? How you gonna say I'm too smart? You guys, I'm like, I said, you just let me walk up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're not too smart. You're not
Okay.
too smart at all.
Okay.
That means you're angry about something. You're out here loose.
Mm-hmm.
I say, go somewhere, put the gun down, calm down, and think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he did?
Wow.
The man hugged me and started crying.
Yeah.
You just saved your life.
Sure.
You saved a lot of lives.
What he said to me was what's important. He said, nobody ever said anything to me.
There you go.
Nobody ever. He said, I walk around every day like this.
Mm-hmm.
And no one has ever said anything to me.
See.
I do whatever I want to do. Nobody says anything to me because they think I'm crazy.
Wow. Wow.
But people say that voices don't matter.
And voices matter, words
Makes a
matter.
difference.
People want to say what sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Words can hurt. Words can hurt worse than sticks and stones.
Sword.
And people need to remember that, and people need to know that. Again, I reiterate that they matter. When people know that they matter and someone cares for them, a lot of things that they would do, they wouldn't. Growing up in my household, because of how my parents were, and I knew that I was loved and I was cared for and I could talk to them, there were things I know I would not do because I knew I had those people that planted inside me what I needed, and they loved me and they cared for me. And I love what you do because you're showing a lot of people that have never had that, what it feels like to have that. And what you're giving them is something that affects everyone around them. Like I said, I love that story because you not just only say your life,
Right.
her life, his life, and anybody else
Right.
that he would have or could have come in contact with.
Yeah.
And who knows how many seeds, because of that, he sowed into other people's lives.
For one voice.
Right.
One voice. It's amazing. People don't realize, what can I do? One kind word, one kind action can change the trajectory of somebody's life completely. And that's what you do. And I commend you. I'm just actually honored and overwhelmed that you are here today, and you agreed to come to the studio and talk to us.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a on-hands person. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I used to talk to the kids. They'd be like, the parents, they'd be like, I'll call you. No, I'll be here in a minute.
Right. There you
You know what? We out here.
go. Makes a difference.
Yes,
too.
it makes a
Makes
difference.
it-
Yeah, the contact makes a difference.
It makes a difference. And I'm proud of us for being so well behaved, especially you, Albert.
You don't expect me to do nothing bad.
No, we are so well behaved.
Yeah.
And Seedlings, you know us.
Yeah.
We are well behaved.
Yeah, we
You
are.
know?
You know
Yeah.
that
So,
we're sophisticated,
That's right.
quiet.
That's right.
You do that, you're supposed to be together.
We're on our best behavior tonight, right, Norman?
Mhm. Yes, sir. Another question
Got another
from our
question.
producer.
For anybody that wants to maybe even try talking to a child or somebody's going through something, from your experience, do you have any suggestions for somebody that may want to mentor a child? Maybe not like you, but maybe or maybe on the same level. Or...
I say if you come in contact with this
Come in
person,
contact with the person.
especially on a normal occasion, start interacting. There's a kid that lives where I used to live in, and I used to always see him coming by with his kid, a little girl, and then his girlfriend, and then I would see him coming by himself, and he'd be arguing, we had upset or whatever. So one day he had the baby, and the baby was crying or whatever, and I went in the house and I gave him a blanket, and I gave him a bottle of water, and I was like, it's hot out here, you need to do something, it's looking dry. And from that, every time you see me, I said, if you need help with anything, I don't care what it is, anything, I'm right here. Here's my number.
That's
And so after that, every time you see me, hey sir, how you? But this same kid walk around.
Right.
And he does with the other kids. I watch him do it with the other kids, but if I walked up when we playing basketball with him. And the kids was like, oh, F you, did that to each other. And when I walked in, he said, y'all trying to see the grown man just walking?
Right.
He stopped all of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I always say that interaction, that small interaction makes it different because once you interact with them and it's constant, it doesn't change. So most people change when they're dealing with people. One day they're mean, next day they're not. One day they want to be there, and then as soon as something happens, I couldn't because. No, when you get into these people's lives, you have to be consistent.
Consistency is key.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I deal with kids from Gateway. I used to go there, and it was a crazy situation because I was there, and the guy who ran the shop, ran the place, I'll say his name, he got upset with me because I wouldn't accept employment. Oh, I see what you're doing with the children, and it's great, and I want you to come in and be able to do what you do, and I know you got your own curriculum, so you can use your own curriculum, but just do what you gotta do. I just want to hire you. I said, sir, excuse me if I'm not slow, but you just said I have my own license and I have my own curriculum. Why would I let you hire me? I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'm about the church, and I'll show you about the church, which you know I'm about the church because I've never asked you for anything. I come here and I take the kids on trips, and we go do a certain type of thing. I buy everything they need and go out or whatever. And I've never asked for them or the parents or anything. I said, why don't you do a pot for the children that's here with you? So I don't have to come out of my pocket when we go places.
Oh, that would be nice.
Okay.
Well, I got to see.
I knew. When you
That was that.
Yeah, I knew.
So he, in turn, because I turned down the position, got upset with me and tried to stop me from coming there.
Oh, that's not nice.
It was funny.
But it's
Because
not
I tell
about the
him,
children.
I say, I'm doing something good and you can't stop it. And he's like, what do you mean by that? What are you saying? So I told the supervisor that was under him, I said, I'll be back in 3 days. And they thought I was kidding, of course. The young lady who was the liaison between the court and Gateway, she found out what happened. And she went to court and put me on their paperwork as their legal mentor. So now I walk right past the two people that stopped me from coming in there.
There you go.
They were right back into place. And I was like, he said, you're about the life or the dollar? What you doing? Like,
See?
I don't know. So yeah, but it was fun.
No, that was great that somebody was there to stand up.
Oh yeah,
For,
definitely. Yeah.
Exactly, because it's really sad. Again, I said it before and I'll say it again. When it is not about the child, not even children, like Tara said, you from the oldest to the youngest you work with, but to a lot of people, they're numbers, not names. They're not people. They're dollar signs. You know what I mean? And
Unfortunately.
but this is why a lot of things don't come to fruition like they should.
Right.
You have a lot of bureaucracies and we're going to do this, 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 and this. But if you're not looking at who you're trying to reach and how you're trying to reach them, all you see is a number and dollar signs, you'll never get the end results that you say that you want. And you get those results.
Yeah. Well, as traumatizing as my life was, it taught me one thing: people need help. People need help because I always look at it. If my brother who died, if we had had someone to live before then, him out trying to sell drugs, he wouldn't have got killed. Yeah. And I see it every day. So that's why when I see anybody help us, the elderly, kids, and if I can save that life, that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, God will send someone on the next moment to save it for the next time, or maybe they'll save it themselves. But if I come here today and you're ill and I can help you and I don't, then what am I doing?
Yes.
What am I?
Yeah.
And one of my biggest issues with people, I always tell people, and I got to straighten this, says, how do I say it? Don't speak when you fail to be reached for your speech. Because people want to give a speech after the problem has existed.
True.
And after it's too late. And I say, well, if I had known, I would have. You knew. They say that with me and my brother. Oh, I didn't know you were homeless. I was sitting on the bench at 12 at night in the snow with my pants wet.
So where do you think was going on? I like the snow.
I just love I'm a snow bunny. Okay,
Right.
That's not the situation, but so I always look at that and I say, if anybody that I come across, thank you, that I can lend a hand to, it costs me nothing.
Yeah.
It costs me nothing.
And that's the thing about it. It doesn't cost you to carry. But
Yeah.
yet to carry makes a multitude of difference. We always get that wrong. People that are not getting anything done are more concerned about the greenbacks.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want the greenbacks. They want the acknowledgement. They want the fame. They want this, and this. While the little kid that they were supposed to be doing this for comes about a couple of weeks or months later, and they said, "Oh yeah," he says, "Hi." He said, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And and the thing is, what you put into them is worth more than all the money that you could funnel into a program that does nothing. You've seen it. You've seen these programs that say we do this, we do this, we do this. Okay, well, you say you do that. Give me the outcome. How many people have gone to college? How many people have graduated? How many people have you gotten off the streets? And if they cannot show you the hard data on this, then you need to rethink your strategy. You need to rethink how you're doing what you're doing.
Most people are respectful people. They have that syndrome where and I've seen a lot of programs, they want to be seen and heard of, but don't want to do the actual work.
And there you go.
And it's sad because the many people that are out here, the amount of money that has been given from the government to these different programs, there shouldn't be anyone out here struggling.
No.
But the money has been put in other places. People used to ask me all the time, "Oh, hey, Mr. D, you got sports with your program?" No. So what do you guys do? Proper etiquette, reading and programming, we do entrepreneurship. We deal with the mental.
Oh,
You'll need a game.
Thank you for
You
saying
can
that.
go to the basketball court on your own down the street.
Yeah.
No, I came here to help you with your mental, so you can go to the basketball court, you can play ball and not get into a fight and go on your job tomorrow.
Thank you.
So, that was the difference. And that's why I never did sports. Never.
Never.
Yeah, I had no interest in it.
But mental health it's a hot button topic right now, but it has to be more than a topic. It has to be something that's seen through. And you do that. And mental health, social emotional health, from the youngest, when you start from the youngest on up, it makes a difference. It changes the world. And people don't realize that. It's people who help people that change the world. And until we really realize that, we're going to continue having a lot of the problems we have in the neighborhoods, because we're not being, I keep going back to that word of reactive instead of proactive. And as long as we're reacting and not being proactive, because like I said, I am in awe of you because I love the fact that, as my dad used to say, you take the bull by the horn,
Right.
and you deal with it head on, and you're making the difference. And to be honest with you, you remind me a lot of my mother. You really do, and how she interacted with the people around her, especially the young people. And I did not know the impact that she had until later on.
People remember you.
And people,
Right.
People remember my mom, and I'm just like.
Your children remember. They're just like dogs. You take a dog to play with them
Yeah.
one day, and you see him 10 years later, and he run up on you like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Right.
But he remembers me from
He remembers you.
kids remember. I get kids running me all the time. I'm outside. And they're like, "Oh, hey, Miss D," and I'm like,
That's a nice feel.
who? You remember me from? I was okay. How you doing?
That's
But
wonderful.
I ain't seen you, yeah. So and it's just small acts, And like I say, even if you don't get an opportunity to continually deal with them, whatever you can do while you're there,
Yeah.
And then people need to speak out. One of the things that helped me with mentoring kids is that I would tell my story.
Mm-hmm.
When I first went to Gateway, all these kids supposed to be crazy as they say.
Mm-hmm.
The supervisor said to me, Darrick, they're not going to listen. I said, why did you say that? He said, don't listen to nobody. Then I got in there and I grabbed a microphone and I started talking about my childhood. I never said it was me yet.
Mm-hmm.
I just started talking about my childhood, things that happened, things I endured. You can hear the tissue hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy came in the room, he said, I was trying to figure out what's going on because I had any kids hollering, everybody jumping across the bed.
Thank you.
I said, they're listening.
Mm-hmm.
They're listening. Because I tell them something they can relate to.
There you go.
They relate to it. So now they listen. Oh, I'm not the only child that got beat. I'm not the only child that got molested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the only child that didn't know my mother, know my father. And these things, when I was growing up, I felt that way. Like I was the only one out here in the streets by myself going through these situations. Until I started speaking out, and then you hear other people, oh yeah, that happened to me too, or this is, And a lot of kids need to know that, and they won't feel by themselves out in the world.
Yeah.
That's when the depression comes in.
Right.
Knowing you're not alone in whatever you're going through, that makes a difference. Because, and just like you said, a lot of people do feel that they're by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing. It's almost, I've seen people that it's a relief to them to know that, oh, this person has gone through what I'm going through. They saw a way out. There's a light. There's literally a light at the end of the tunnel, and you give inspiration. You give hope. You give so much more to them. And like I said, it is just awesome to see. Because I've heard of Men of Valor, but it is really awesome to take a deep dive with you. And all of us actually take a deep dive with you, not only in your background, but what makes the organization tick and how it affects the lives of those that Men of Valor come in contact with.
How would they get in touch with you?
Number, email, my phone number is website. What's the
website?
Get a little old about this.
We're gonna put it down there. We'll put it down there.
We'll put it down there.
Yes.
Phone number is 708-972-5047. Email is MOB as a Victor, Mission, MISSION 1@yahoo.com.
And if you didn't get that, or you want to make sure you get it again,
Because I talk fast.
No, you were perfect. You were perfect. No, I'm a speed talker. See, you're a rookie.
Oh.
So we're gonna put it. Don't even go there. So we're gonna put it. We're gonna put it down here. But I want to say, as we come to a close, because we could go on. We're definitely gonna have you back.
Yes.
But it has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a hoot.
It's been a hoot.
It's been a hoot.
Maybe next time he'll let you all know about his sense of humor.
The next time you come back, that's great.
We're trying to prep it for
We're lulling you into a sense of ease, because once we come out of our shells, it's gonna be rough.
Right.
So,
I have a shelter right now. I'm very big. This is
Okay.
him. So, actually,
Wait a minute. Remember the story I told you guys about the
Which one?
the super soaker?
oh,
That was him.
I like you. I like you.
I'm a very good joker.
Yeah, I like you. Okay, we're gonna get along just fine. So,
Too bad they don't have a witch we can do Tyler like that.
Oh yeah.
no.
Wait till you get hot outside. Wait till you get hot.
What's the line?
When we do the super stuff, we see how she freezes.
No.
Who volunteers?
No. What's the line? I may not get you today. I may not get you tomorrow. I will get you. So,
Is that a promise?
oh yeah, you. That's a rubber stamp guarantee. So,
Okay.
yeah, Seedlings. You know us. You know us. But we want to thank.
Wait,
Well,
but there's more.
wait.
Yes, this is the flash.
There's more.
It's a flash. When is this again? Just,
Yeah.
just
It's February 4th, South Shore Cultural Center. It starts at 5, ends at 9.
Mm-hmm.
The tickets are on Eventbrite.
Mm-hmm.
Escanaba Extravaganza, SK apostrophe. This is glare, so you don't know if you can see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna actually
SK
gonna put that up too.
apostrophe NABUE.
Right.
So you can check out the website www.sknabuesexpressions.com to see the art. Thank you.
Awesome,
You're welcome.
awesome. Okay, let's.
We don't do that for everybody.
You don't do that. So let's do Skinaboo, right?
Skinabu.
Skinabu.
You
You got it in my head. You got it in my head. Tara got it in my head. I had it. Tara got in my head.
She got it in my head.
Skinabu.
Skinabu.
Yeah.
See, okay. See, boom. So I took Tara's apple and
So you're gonna
You
say
forgot to tell them what it means. Though.
right?
Oh,
what does it
yeah.
mean?
Y'all gonna tell my secrets now.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's fair.
We won't tell them.
It's actually it's my
It's
last name.
between us.
It's my last name.
It's
Yeah.
between us.
Skinabu is my last name. I copied off of Oprah. Okay. No, but Skinabu is my last name. Start backwards. I was thinking I wanted something. It's so much. It's a story to it though. There was so much trauma. Because when I was younger, I always said I was going to change my last name because I hated what happens in our family. And I was like, we need to make a different. We need to reverse what has happened with the trauma in the Eubanks family lives. So I reversed the name, and I'm trying to reverse that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so
That's beautiful. Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
cool.
going to
That's
say it like this then.
Okay, what are you saying?
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Mr.
She's about to do it again.
Oh, she's talking. Oh, I'm sorry.
See, I'm about to do this again.
Yeah,
Thank
do it
you,
again, I
Mr.
think.
Derrick Skinabu.
Oh,
Because see, I got Tara out of my head. For joining us. Thank you for the wonderful work you do with Men of Valor. Thank you for the lives that you touch and the lives you have touched, are touching, and will touch. And thank you for joining us because, like I said, it is an honor to have you here in the studio and to keep them on their best behavior.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah. See, yeah. See,
I'm serious. I'm not joking.
yeah, see, I'm gonna find out. Once this is over, I'm gonna find out. So, but thank you for joining us. Thank you, Seedlings, for joining us. And like I said, remember to like, share, and subscribe because we say that. And as we always say, and as Darrick has done, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.